Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Empath Sisters. This is Bev here.
Hi, Shelly.
So, last episode, we were kind of recapping on all of the things that I think Shelly and I have been experiencing and going through, and and also doing our like official kind of like wind down for the season for the year, and just starting to kind of prep ourselves into like holiday spirit, holiday season.
Yeah.
So, and there just seemed to be a lot of like shifts going on, energy going on, physical body stuff going on. And so Shelly and I are just going to like recap on where we're at today and have a couple shares and make a little bit of self predictions, I guess, for the year. And we're going to kind of like openly, read each other or share some things that are coming through from spirit. And that's kind of what to expect for today. So Shelly's she was mentioning earlier when we started here that she's finally in the process of getting her tooth fixed. And
Yeah.
so
Like
her,
everybody wants to know what's happening with my tooth.
is she going to lose it? No, they're saving it.
Yeah.
And so so she's in this process. And so her
Yeah.
jaw's a little bit sore because they've been doing a lot of work in there, which, as I'm sure everybody knows who's been to the dentist, that your jaw can get really sore from needles and all the things, the dam and all that grossness. Anyway, not necessarily.
I'm already feeling the agony.
Yeah, you're like, oh gosh. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so Shelly's gonna like, I don't know how much she's gonna talk today. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
I hear
yeah.
her giggling in the background.
Well, yeah, like I said, like Bev said, yeah, I've had quite the month of November, let's just say.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had gone to the dentist a couple days ago and they're fixing my tooth and my jaw is uh, yeah, it's super tender and sore. And I have to go
Yeah.
back again next week. So hopefully that will be my last dental appointment for, well, it will be for the year. I know that for
Yeah.
2022, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's going to be much better in 2023. But
Hmm. Yeah. And
yeah,
I don't know how much we can talk about it because Shelly was talking about earlier, and I was like, just so you know, if you see me just like fall off my chair, I just passed out because I literally I can't handle listening to I'm being such an empath. It's hard for me to listen to people's stories.
mhm.
I can take it on and I'm just like, oh, it's like I'm already there. And so she's like, this and that. And I'm like, I feel woozy. I feel woozy.
I don't know
So
how much I'll talk about that, but
yeah,
like,
no.
I will say though, it has been quite a November for me. Like I said before, I've had just gone through,
A whole bunch of physical stuff for you. It was
yeah,
like your back, your guts, it was like your tooth, your jaw, it was sleep. It was just
everything.
like it was
Well,
like
and
everything.
speaking of sleep,
Yeah.
honestly, oh my gosh, like it was the full moon, what, yesterday?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Right?
December
Yeah,
the 7th.
yeah.
So that was
And
yesterday.
so I could not sleep again. Like I'm back.
Mm,
Like I never really sleep well anyway when it comes to the full moons or even new moons. I feel like
yeah.
every cycle that comes through, I don't sleep well. Um,
Hmm.
but uh, I just I'm feeling like I'm coming out of it now. Like I'm finally feeling a little bit better. I'm
Some
not,
relief.
yeah, like my
Yeah.
back's better. My stomach is still a little bit here and there, but I think, like I was saying to Bev earlier before we were starting to talk, it's just been, I feel like I'm like collectively feeling everybody's anxiety and it's coming into
Hmm.
me and my stomach, and that's where I usually get it.
Yeah.
And so it's just been, oh, and so I'm just feeling like finally I'm almost at the end of this, maybe ascension symptoms or whatever, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like, man,
Oh,
it's
there.
a doozy for me. Like,
Yeah. I
I know
think a
it's
lot of people
like
will
what
feel
you've
that.
been going through, like in the beginning of this year for you, but for
Yeah, that was wow. I don't want to relive that one.
I
I
know.
hope not.
Yeah, I
Um,
know, right?
that was so wild for me. But I feel, Shelly, very strongly that you are in alignment. We're all in alignment of this ascension right now. Everybody's at a
Yeah.
different place in their ascension and are feeling some level of ascension symptoms. And literally every client that I have that's coming in is going through ascension symptoms. What is going on with me? What is happening? Why is this? I can't this and I can't that. And I know even in my one-on-one Reiki sessions, even um what I've discovered, and it's like there's always a theme. You know,
Yeah.
I find that I can pick out the themes that are going
Yeah.
on, and it's like, oh, okay, you're going through this too. And so I have found that in their field, in the
Mhm.
ether field, outside of the aura field, in
Yeah.
that collective energy, every single client that I had that comes in has that energy in their field, but it's come in through the auric field to the physical, and I can feel it in their solar plexus.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
literally feel it in their solar plexus. So I'm like, oh, whoa. So I'll tell them, this is what I picked up in your solar plexus. And I feel that there's this, and this going on. But I said, it's not yours, but you're
Yeah.
feeling it on the physical.
Yeah.
So that's how strong it is right now in the collective, that
Mm.
you're literally feeling it in the actual physical of your body. So like you're taking it on.
Yeah.
So, it's just to bring that awareness to yourself as well, or to my
Oh,
clients.
for
I'll just
sure.
say, like,
Yeah.
you just need to clear this stuff out. But that is literally what is going on. And I feel like you're very much in alignment with that too, of feeling that collective,
Oh, for sure.
energy. And people are, it feels in that collective energy that they are very um, stressed. There's a lot of financial stress. Because even every person that comes in, they're like, I'm not really stressed about money. And it's like, what the collective is.
Yeah.
The collective, there's so many in the collective that are stressed about money and financial. Where are we going? What's the economy?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And it's also holiday season, so which tends to automatically put a lot of pressure on people anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, uh earlier, like before we even started recording, like I even
mhm,
said to my Cairo today, like I'm just overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed with everybody's energy, right? Like
mhm,
I've been doing
yeah,
all these things about like, getting Christmas ready and going out, and I don't even want to go out because I can feel everybody. Everybody is on this level of just stress and
yep,
overwhelmness and anxiety and
absolutely. And
it's
that's where I feel there's that separation of like, so okay, I can feel this in the physical, that you're feeling the collective.
yeah,
But on the other hand, you're actually having also ascension symptoms
right.
yourself. So I'm like,
I
you
know.
have like all of this going on. And
Yeah.
so I feel very strongly that's where you're at. Like you feel very much to me like how I feel everybody else right now and what they're going through. And it's like, oh yeah. And it speaks to them when I explain ascension
Yeah.
symptoms, or this stuff. They're like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Cause like I feel that, but it's like, why am I worried about that when I actually am not worried about money? It's like,
Right.
exactly. So it's,
Yeah.
this is what is going on out there. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're feeling like you're coming out of that though,
Yeah. I feel like
or
I am.
symptoms.
Yeah, I'm coming out of the symptoms because I can actually feel it in my body. Other than, like I said earlier, it does feel like it's in my stomach still, but I feel like that I know it's not mine,
Yeah,
like I
that's right.
know that, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I still feel it,
Oh,
like
for
I'm
sure.
saying, like I'm taking it on, and I am, unfortunately, because you know me, I
Well,
have a hard
well,
time going out there without.
well, Hugh naturally as a Libra, it's like, what are you feeling? Why do you feel that way? Okay, I
Yeah,
could feel that way too. I mean, you have that plus you're an empath. So
I know,
I
it's
mean,
so
I know I'm an
crazy
empath and
though.
I feel it. And like the other day I was driving to work and I was just like, I'm like opening up my heart chakra, and I start seeing all the things that are happening. I can see, like, it was like boom, 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 like all these things that were happening. And I was just like, I start to cry. My husband's like, what's the matter? I'm like, nothing. Like,
Yeah,
ah, like it's just so painful, to like see it and feel it. And then I was like, okay, stop it.
yeah,
You can't do that. And so
no,
therefore, then I start to like close my heart up. Not that I'm like so cold
no,
hearted, which I tell my
no,
clients, I really hope that you feel that like my heart is still open and I'm here
yeah,
for you, but I can't fully open like that. And just like, then I feel like I feel the world. I'm like, no, no, no. I know for myself, I can only go like halfway. That's
Yeah.
enough. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit of protection. I can feel it and be aware, but I don't need to like take it on, feel it, because that's literally what happens to me. I just bawl. I need to stay in bed. Like it literally just takes over for me. And I'm like, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
no,
been tough.
I totally get it. And that happened to me at the dentist. Like I
Yeah.
already was amped up, right, with my
Of
anxiety.
course.
But at the
Hmm.
same time, the a dental assistant, I forget what they're called. Like I don't know if no, they're not hygienists
Dental
because
assistant.
they're the ones
I
that are,
thought they were,
I don't know.
where they
Anyway,
assist
hope
the
I'm not
dentist,
offending
right?
anybody.
Yeah.
But
We don't know the terminology.
I don't know the terminology, but she was the assistant to my dentist.
Yes.
But anyway, she's from another country, and
Hmm.
I had a little bit of a, conversation with her, and she was explaining how like, because I was explaining to her how my anxiety of the appointment, like how I was worked up a little bit and what have you.
Hmm.
And she was explaining to me her story about where she was from. They
Hmm.
didn't believe in using any, like, anything, and she had a root canal and she was screaming and like all this stuff, and I'm already
I would have
like,
immediately passed out.
and I'm already amped, right? So I'm listening to the story and I'm going, oh my
No.
God, oh my God.
Yeah. You're like literally going to embody all of that on top of what you're already feeling. Like, wow,
Yes,
thanks a lot. You should have
right.
just said, hello, I am an empath. Please do not tell me your stories.
I
Do
know.
not tell
So,
me anything.
so here I am. And then she goes, but it's not going to happen to you. She goes, I come to Canada, and she's like, she
Oh,
goes,
that's not going to happen to
they
you.
freeze me. And I was just laying there and I was like, oh,
Oh,
nothing. I didn't feel anything. I was
oh,
like,
like how magical for her,
right. And I
Oh,
was like, and I hope I'm not offending anyone, but I was really like thinking in my head, really? Like I I couldn't imagine going through that. I would be like out of here. I would never have anything that is not
yeah. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to die from having tooth rot.
right.
I'll just take that. That-
But
that's going to
but
be my death.
I'm kind of
And
getting a little bit off subject. So, but like with her, what I was going to say was that even though she shared that story,
yeah.
um, I didn't mean to, but like at the same time, I just said, oh, well, what country are you from?
Hmm.
And she said, well, I'm from the Ukraine. And right away, she had to walk away from me.
Oh.
Yeah. And I felt so bad because I didn't know, obviously, that
Well,
I mean, I could tell her accent. Like I knew it was somewhere over in Europe. I just didn't know exactly where for
mm,
sure. Like,
of course.
and so she had to walk away for a few minutes, and then she came back and I said, I am so sorry. I did not mean to. And she goes, no, no. She's like, it's just really hard for me because she said she still has family there, and some of her family is in the war, like they are literally bombing
Mhm.
every day, and she just is always so, you know she's
Yeah, of
nervous about, like, she never knows if they're going to be alive tomorrow or whatever.
course. Yeah.
And like you were saying, like about an empath thing, and for me it was just so, then it was like, oh my God, like I could just feel all of her, like,
Well, it switched from that, like what she
yeah,
experienced of like, ah, to
yeah,
like, oh, deep empathy.
yeah,
Because even though you could have had empathy for her of not having, freezing tools,
right.
you could have had empathy for that, but in a totally different way of like, no way, see ya, fight or flight, I'm out of here, and then you just switched it to like that deep empathy of like, oh my
Oh,
gosh, feeling like that
yeah,
deep
yeah.
sadness or worry
And
or
it was, and I could
yeah.
just feel it on her. And of course, I just could feel
Hmm.
for her, right?
Yeah, of course.
I tried my best to give her compassion and let her just, talk to me about it. But at the
Yeah.
same time, like, to be honest,
Hmm.
at that moment, it was like my team was
Yeah.
like, protect yourself right there. And I did. I remember thinking, oh my God, because I was not obviously grounded or protected by
Well,
this.
no, her story just made you fly right out of your body. See, fight or flight. Would have
Yeah,
been nice for them to give you a heads up prior to that fight or flight
right. But like
story.
I don't listen a lot, right? So I don't,
They're
so
like, whatever, we'll catch
she's
her
gonna get
later.
it. She's gonna experience it. So
Yeah.
yeah, right away I was like, I honestly was calling in all of the
Hmm.
protection I could get. And then I actually did start to feel very calm. Like I
Hmm.
started to feel okay, like
Well, yeah, it snapped you out of the survival state.
yes,
That's what
exactly.
you were in at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Hmm. And so that's what I was
Interesting.
going to say was that I think, for myself going outside all the time and again reminding, not just myself, but everybody
Yeah.
that, this is the time of year that is it's so much because of the time of year, because it's Christmas, because it's, where,
Everything.
yeah,
It's everything.
and I wanted
It's
to
ugh.
mention that I don't know about you, Bev, but I'm sure you probably are on the same level as like me, or like not level, but like, I mean, same page. But I find that more and more spirit come through
Mhm.
at this time of the year because they want, you know, um, their loved ones to know that, they
Mhm.
are around and that they're still a part of them and a part of
Yeah.
their, um, I don't know, like part of celebration, I guess, at Christmas, like
Mhm.
I don't,
Well, the veil is thinning,
yeah,
and it is becoming increasingly more that spirit is coming in and communicating with us, and we're
yes,
a lot more people are having those experiences or feelings of like, and that's also part of these ascension symptoms. Like everybody, we're going through this other wave of ascension, and codes are coming in, and there's so much happening right now. It's literally, it's what did I hear the other day? And excuse my language, but they're calling it a mind fuck. And that's literally what it
yeah,
feels like. It's just like I can feel that everybody is in that right now. It's
yeah,
like WTF, like
right,
I I don't even know. I
yeah,
don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. What is this experience? Why did I feel that? What is this? Like it just feels like a mind, thing. And that's what's happening. And the energy is like very like you know,
yeah,
uh, it's like everybody's waiting. It's just like you're on pause. It's almost like everybody's just very anxious, worried, anticipating what is going to happen. Everybody's on edge. And yeah, there'll be more shifts to come in the new year.
yeah,
100% that's going to
yeah,
happen. And um, I think the majority, I think maybe, or a big percentage, I feel like have an understanding of what that is going to look like. There's going to be a lot of change moving forward. And I don't know, whatever. It's just part of the process. It's just part
yeah,
of what is going to happen and what we have to go through. When there's shitty things, we have to, unfortunately, we need to go through them in order to get to another point,
yeah,
and hopefully to a better point and not a worse point. And I think that's why everybody is still like, what's going on? Because from the beginning of the pandemic, that's what's been happening. People don't know what's going on, what's
mhm,
happening. So everybody's kind of been on edge. They come relaxed, they go on edge, they come relaxed. And it's just another cycle of that.
yeah,
We're just in a different place.
sure, very,
So
yeah,
that's what I feel. And I feel very strongly about like, it's so interesting because for the last like 2 years for sure, 3 years. Well, okay, so my last, I want to say holiday was probably 2019, May. And I had desire to like travel, but we had some trips that were canceled because of like the
right,
shutdown and all that stuff. And then I had no desire to go anywhere. I was like, no way. I don't want to go anywhere. Not because I was scared. I just didn't actually want to be out there with people.
right,
That was how it was for me.
mhm,
And then when we could travel, I was like, I also don't want to go out there. I felt
yeah,
like then, because then it was like everybody wanted to travel.
everybody, yeah,
So
mm,
then it was like, okay, whoa, it's like going to a concert. And that's
yeah,
what travel would be like for me, would go to into a concert. And I was like, no way. And I
yeah,
was so content being home. And now I'm in this place where I'm like, I just need to get the hell out of here. I just need to just see ya.
Yeah.
And literally my soul, I feel like literally this week, other than like opening up my soul and like feeling what's going on, my
Mhm.
soul inside is like literally crying to me. Like every day it's like showing me where I need to be. And I'm just like really feeling it on like such a deep, deep level.
Yeah.
And which is interesting because I ended up getting signs. Like I've been kind of feeling that. And then I started getting signs, and I did get a sign last week, and I actually got a toonie, and I couldn't believe it. So toonies are like big change for me. And I was like, okay, which I already felt like
Yeah.
we're in Sagittarius season. I'm shooting for the stars. All the things are happening. I'm not going to be in Aries. I'm not going to be all over the place and start things and not finish them. I am going to like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm shooting for the stars, and it's way bigger than what has been, or,
Yeah.
and so then anyway, so then I get that tuning, and I'm like, oh yeah, awesome. Then I got a dime from like our dad, and I was like, yay, okay, love that. So had this tuning and dime inside my winter coat pocket, and there's like this little mesh pocket inside my pocket. And so I
Okay. Yeah.
tucked them in there so that I won't lose them, right?
Right.
So I like
Yeah.
sticking my hands in my pockets to keep them warm. So I just didn't want the coins in there. So anyway, then I'm like getting this like calling. Okay, you need to go, 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 go. Don't know where I want to go. All the things, been exploring, don't know. Anyway, then I'm at work working with a client, and I get this like vision of like water over my feet, And then I start hearing this like tune in my head of like, I got my toes in the sand, and I'm like, oh, wow. But don't know where I'm going. Like, don't know where this is. Just get this glimpse. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a good time to go anywhere, like everything's really like up
Yeah.
in the air,
Mhm.
whatever. And I was like, maybe it's not a good time to go. I shouldn't spend the money. Like, all of the like
Yeah.
normal human things we think about,
Mhm.
it's probably not the best time. And then my husband picks me up, and he's like, let's stop at Costco. So we're driving to Costco. I can't stop thinking about this. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know, probably shouldn't do that. And I was like, maybe I should talk to him about it. And I
Mhm.
was like, nah, I don't want to talk to him about it. I'm not going to share it. I was like, whatever, I'm not even going to
Yeah.
go there. So we get to Costco, and I get out of the car, and I just had like stuck my hand in my pockets because I thought I had other mitts, and I gave my husband my mini mitts. And so I was like, oh man, I don't have mitts in my pocket. So I just kept my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
And we're starting to walk, and I touched that toonie and the dime, and I was like it reminded me of like, oh yeah, I
Mhm.
got those signs. And
Yeah.
then I went, well, maybe I should ask for a sign of like that. Maybe I should go somewhere,
Right.
And
Yeah.
like literally, as soon as I did that, like I looked down, and I went, oh, and I like immediately bent over. Like Chris is like,
Yeah.
oh, like
Yeah.
immediately stopped. And I bend over, and it looks like a loony and has snow all over it, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, and it was minus 44
Yeah.
degrees. So it was cold. I was like, I have no mitts. There's snow all over it. I'm not going to stand here and rub it, right? So
Right. Yeah.
stuck it in my pocket. So I'm holding it, kind of melting it down. We get into Costco, and I kind of look, and I'm like, oh, I can't really tell. And I thought, oh, what the heck? Maybe I thought I saw maybe like a moose.
Oh,
And I
okay.
thought, well, that's weird. I thought it was a loony, but it was dark. I mean, it
Yeah.
gets dark at like 5 o'clock. So it's like, okay, my first initial was it's a loony. When I get a loony, it means I'm going to have a holiday, I'm going to travel. And it's
Okay.
usually an alignment for my path. So then I'm like, okay. And then I go, but then I kind of see that it's like maybe a moose. And I went, well, that's weird that I thought it was a loony, but it's actually maybe a moose, which is a quarter,
Yep.
which quarters are signs from my team. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a sign from my team that I'm asking for. And it's actually not a loony. So I was like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to actually go on a trip.
Mhm.
Anyway, go through Costco. It's melting in my pocket. No idea. Totally forget. We're leaving Costco. We get home, and I'm like, still thinking about it, like the trip. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, got my coin. So I like run back to the closet, go in my jacket pocket, pull out this coin, and I run into the kitchen to see in the light. And
What?
it just makes me laugh. So it literally, it says play money on it. Play money.
Funny.
Play money. So it's fake money. It says play money. So I
Yeah.
freaking laughed because I'm like, oh, it's just play money. They're like, just take a holiday, Bev. It's play money. Who cares, right? Think about the money. And then I'm like thinking, okay, well, I thought it was a moose on the one side.
Right.
And then I flip it over and there's a king on the other side, which is, we have a king now, not a
That's
queen.
right. Yeah.
Weird. And it had a dollar on the king side. So it's like, so it's like a dollar, looks like a dollar, has a king on it, has this moose looking giraffe thing on the other side, and
Yeah.
it says play money. And I was like, wow, this is actually really hilarious. So my kids are like, oh, you got a coin? And I'm like, play
No.
money
Yeah.
with like a moose and a king and a dollar, but kind of looks like a quarter. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I got both. So
Yeah.
so I feel like, okay, so a loony is like take the holiday, got the sign from spirit, and it's just play money. So
Yeah.
just go. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God. It's
Well,
like craziest.
that is funny because, well, I didn't realize like, well, I shouldn't say that. Like, I like it how you know specific coins are for what, you know,
Yeah.
and I love that because because then it can give other people to,
Mhm.
know what signs mean what, and
Yeah.
then you that, feeling of like, okay, I know like this is what this means, and you know,
Hmm.
be this sign and what have you, which is awesome. And I agree with the dime thing. Like I get the same thing.
Yeah.
uh, I get dimes from dad too. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I had 3 dimes in the last
Yeah.
like 2, maybe 3 weeks. And they've
Nice.
all been the
Like a
same.
dime a week.
Yeah, but it was like all the same year,
Which year did you get? Which just any,
2019.
oh, 2019.
Yeah, which is so weird because I was like,
If
what?
anyone didn't see my face, if you're listening to the podcast, I
Yes.
dropped in my mouth and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
do tell more.
Yeah. So like, but it's funny because when you said you thought you got a quarter,
Yeah.
because I get quarters as well
Mhm.
from my team, and I got a quarter as well.
Yeah.
And so um I'm just sitting here listening to what you were saying, and as you
Mhm.
were talking, all of the signs that were showing to me,
Yeah.
mine were like popping up, and I was just sort of like, oh my God, okay, I get it now. Like, because like, me, like, I guess I
Yeah.
get signs, but I don't really like go, oh, I wonder what this, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I do that more than I know. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so like
Mhm.
I get those, it's like, but
Hmm.
sometimes years don't mean anything to me, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like they're not for me, but yet I
Right.
got 3 of them and they were all the same. And like one of them was the same
Yeah.
thing as you. It was like
Yeah.
we're walking away from a store and something like caught my eye. And when I
Mhm.
looked down, I was like, oh, weird. It looked like honestly, it didn't look like a coin.
Yeah.
That's how distorted it was, right?
Yeah.
So I just picked it up, and
Yeah.
same thing. I just kind of like picked it up, walked to the vehicle, and I threw it in my little like console thing because it was cold too. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna touch like because it's not the cleanest. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it there until it's like better. And then
Yeah.
I went to go look at it. It was like, rusted a little bit. It was a dime, and same
Mhm.
thing. And it was 2019. And I was like, what is this 2019?
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's so cool that, you know, we can have these signs of coins that mean, things to different people. And
Yeah. Totally.
it's just like I
I was
said.
like, play money. You want me to blow all my money at Costco or what?
So did you end up like, are you going on a trip?
I don't know. I feel the calling for sure. I just don't know. I mean, I've already been researching where am I going to go? I want to go here, I want to go there, and looking at flights and all the things. So yeah, what is going to happen or where I'll turn up, or what I feel called to so many places. So,
Yeah.
but I'm like, okay, but I saw, and then it was so weird because after that night,
Yeah.
I woke up and we were sitting at the table, whatever, we had our coffee and everything. I was sitting at the table and I said to, I don't know where I was, kind of like spaced out or
Yeah.
something. And I just said to Chris, is Mexico dangerous right now? And he goes, what do you mean? And I went, I, I don't know. I swear somebody just said to me, like, Mexico's getting more dangerous. Don't go there. And I
Hmm.
was like, did I hear that? Did I make that up? Did I read that? Did you tell me that? Like, where did that come from? But I don't know. I just like woke up with this, like, it was just in my head. And I was like, that is so weird. And I'm like, well, I don't think it's any more dangerous. So then I was like, okay, are they trying to like narrow me to where I'm supposed to
Yeah.
go? Because when I first saw that vision initially, I thought that, oh, okay, I need to go to Mexico. That's like the first thing that would come to my mind, right? It's like,
Right.
I see sand and water. I'm like, you're at the beach. That's what it looked like, was a beach.
Oh,
So in my mind, I'm thinking Mexico, but then maybe that was another sign of like, no,
right.
that's
Yeah.
not the one.
Yeah.
So not that I think it's dangerous or anything, but maybe that's just what they said to like deter me. I don't know.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
I
And
do want to
definitely.
go
Yeah,
there.
definitely
I
could be
don't
that.
know, but
Because when I think of beach, I don't think Mexico. Like I
no.
think because I've been Caribbean, right? I've been to the
Oh
Caribbean
yeah.
a lot. So that would be my first thought would be right away, like the Caribbean, or it could
Yeah.
be Florida. It could be,
Yeah.
like places that are near, like closer that have
Totally.
beaches that are, beautiful too. And yeah, so maybe they are trying to, narrow
Maybe.
down,
Well,
but
I had a calling like a year ago to like go to Hawaii.
right.
So strong. And then I was like, no. And then this is the only other time that I've gotten that. But it's so then when I got this, like, no, don't go there. But then I started looking and I was like, you know what? I want to go to Europe. And then I was like, I think I want to go to Italy. I don't know if there's beaches there. Maybe there's a
Yeah,
beach there,
there
I'm
are.
sure
Yeah.
somewhere.
Mhm.
But I was like, I'm pretty sure that's where I would like to go, is
Yeah.
I would like to take off and go to Italy. And
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see where this
Yeah.
play money is gonna take me. A play trip. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever. But
exactly.
yeah,
No, yeah,
I feel a good break would be awesome. Maybe that's like, I know this whole year was more of like a slow down break for me anyway. And maybe this is like that final piece for me of just like take a break. Maybe I just need to go to the woods. I don't know.
well, maybe you need to go back to Sedona. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be a lot of
So
rain there.
we'll
So
see what
yeah.
happens. But yeah, that was like my week of
Yeah.
signs and experiences. And
Yeah.
so
That's so cool. I love
crazy.
that.
It was so, I just laughed. I was like, this is the funniest thing you could make for me.
Right?
Seriously. Like, what are the chances?
Right.
Honestly, so
Well,
crazy.
and
So,
2023, I can't believe it,
mhm, I
but
know.
it's going to be um well, obviously another new year. Um, it's definitely
Yeah.
another year. But I don't know. I feel like I'm the opposite of you now. Like
Mhm.
this year for me was like, I gotta go. I want to travel. I'm getting out of here. Like that's how it was for me this year.
Yeah.
I feel like next year it's more, yeah, we have a trip planned, but we don't
Mhm.
have any more. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like being more, I don't know if I want to say home, but
Yeah.
like maybe in Canada or like I
Yeah.
don't know. It
Well,
just,
maybe it is your time to be at home. I mean, you moved
yeah,
and then there was so much going on.
yeah,
And then you had just had a whole year of like
yeah,
literally
I
you
know.
just traveled everywhere
Yeah,
and you were
yeah,
so busy and had none of like not really a lot of like home time, like to be
no,
home and
yeah,
like enjoy your yard and like things that you would have done in the past,
yes,
even
yeah,
when you were in your last location,
mhm,
and so maybe this year you're just feeling like I did all the things. I just
yeah,
like dive into work and hang out at home and people want to
yeah.
come visit or
Well, and
whatever.
that's
Or
just,
in like if an opportunity comes up, maybe that's why you're supposed to keep your schedule open. Maybe other opportunities are coming that then
yeah,
you're free to jump on. Kind
yeah,
of like us trying to plan a retreat. Like
yes, Yeah.
Maybe we're just not supposed to plan a whole lot and we have the space to make something happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I am looking forward to 2023.
Mhm,
Yeah, I am looking forward to it, but at the same time, it's like I feel there's going to be, like what you said earlier, I do agree that there's going to be change and shifts and things like that, but
mhm,
feel I think everybody's just like very unsure, unknown,
mhm,
like scared of the unknown, or something's gonna, make that unknown, I don't want to say worse, but like,
mhm.
like that.
I just feel like the fear switched. People
Yeah,
aren't afraid of
no,
whatever.
yeah,
I don't feel
no, I
how
don't feel
people
that
were
either.
before. People were fearful,
Yeah,
scared of like getting sick or catching COVID or
yeah,
whatever. That was like a big thing.
yeah,
Now I feel like people are kind of like, whatever, they want to live their
yes,
life, but I think they're just annoyed, frustrated,
yeah,
and just like don't know what to expect. How do we plan forward? Because like it feels like now the outside of our worlds are like things are happening,
yeah.
right? Government systems, politics, world things. It's like
Mhm.
I feel like it's on a grander scale. And I feel like some people are like they're aware of that. And some people are like, I don't want to pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah,
Like I just feel like they just can't. They're just like, I'm done. Like I
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like
Well, and I
it's
think that's part of the reason why I feel like it's like super, and I said this before we recorded, I really do feel like, and I don't want to use this word, but I'll use this one instead. I feel so,
mhm.
like I feel people are more, like it might even just be more like mental, like I
Oh,
feel it's going to be,
it's
I
only
don't
been
want to put it
increasing.
out there, but it just
No.
feels that way. It feels like in 2023, unfortunately, I feel people are going to still struggle with mental health. Like
Oh,
it
for sure.
feels heavier. I don't know. And I mean, that's because of what we're going through right now, like
Of
the
course.
unknown of, the financial stuff and the what's happening in the world, and like all these people who are struggling and who were struggling before even all this. And
Mhm.
it just, oh, I don't
It's a
like,
real thing. It's a real
yeah,
thing. I've seen it in my work. Every year has gotten worse. The mental stability for
yeah,
people,
yeah,
hearing their emotion, where they're at, what they've gone through, it's horrific.
yeah,
That's how I would look at it, is like it's fathom.
admirable.
It's like you can't even fathom what
Right.
that they've actually experienced. It's like, what? That is crazy. And the amount of I've never heard so many, honestly, death by suicides.
I know.
I have never heard so many in my life and
Yeah,
in my work or anything like that. And it's like there's so much more of it. And I feel like this is where I get really frustrated and upset because it's like there's so many more people that are affected by what we went through. And
yes.
that is what I find is the aftermath that is coming out.
Mhm.
And it's like some have moved through and some are still coming out and some are like still there. And it's just like there's now all over the place
Yeah,
people. And
yeah,
that's why I feel like we're being like in the what I call that mind fuck. It's like
yes,
there's
yeah,
just so much to wrap around in your head. And what did I go through? How do I feel? Oh my gosh. Like it just feels very overwhelming. And I worry for the mental state moving forward continuously because I
yeah,
feel like it's just an ongoing thing,
yeah,
which is super sad. And this is why I love to like try to like do what we can, and help people and be with people or create community and support. And I try to find other people that are in that industry of, mental health. But I also know that the people that I know that work in this industry are so feeling the burnout.
for
Like
sure.
they are so
Yeah,
overwhelmed and bombarded and tired and they want to do more, but like how do we do more when
yeah,
the ones that we had are so tired also?
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, it's trying to find the balance in all of that too, but it's tough. It's
yeah,
tough. I feel this is why when I go there, it's like in my heart, I'm like,
I know. Yeah, and
bad.
that's why I said that earlier. I just feel like, I don't know, just 2023 doesn't feel like it did last year when we were doing
Hmm.
on the last episode, of
Oh
last year.
yeah.
It
It
was
totally
more
feels like a
like
different
exciting because
energy.
it was going to be a new shift, new change, this, that, yes,
Hmm.
it's going to be still like,
We'll still
um,
have that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Feels different for
Yeah.
me. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like,
If I feel that's going to happen, you know, I wish it wasn't going
yeah.
to feel like that. And I wish and I hope and pray that that won't be the case.
Mhm.
It's a feeling that I have.
Yeah.
And there's lots of times I get feelings and I wish I didn't feel what I feel.
Mhm.
And I wish I didn't know what I know.
Yeah.
And there are those things. And unfortunately, this is one of those things where I feel that that is one of the things that is going to happen. And I wish it wasn't,
I
but I
know.
feel it's going to be anyway. And I'm sad for that.
Me too.
And I just know that I'm one person and all I can do is what I can do. And if we all strive to be that light worker and do what we can on an individual basis to help spread to others, the more of us that do that, the more that we can help others and
Yeah.
reach farther.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I feel like that is going to happen at the same time for myself. I'm really excited for a new year. And I think a lot of people still get excited for new year because it's all about energy, you guys. So we can change anything we want.
Yep.
It's like we forget that we have the power to do that.
Mhm.
So I feel like the advice I want to give to everybody this year, and maybe this is what is the channeled message, is that everybody needs to step into their own chariot and they need to pick up their reins and they need to be the driver of their life. And you need to do what is best for you
Yeah.
and moving forward and not let other people drive your life for you or tell you things or dictate or whatever. Like make your decisions that feel in alignment for you. And how you do that is your feeling.
That's right.
Go to your feeling, get out of your head, don't listen to others or whatever else,
Yeah.
and just go with your feeling and follow that and be in that driver's seat because honestly, that's what's going to get you through. And keep yourself as healthy as you can, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, exercise, eat good, get sleep, talk to good people that like give you that you have connection with, that give you like good energy and good vibes, that keep you uplifted. Like there are things that we can be doing to help ourselves in times that are like that. And that's how we can stay stronger for others.
For sure. Yep. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just, and I feel like, that's the energy that we put out there. So the more that we have awareness of that, we have that ability, we can honestly start to make those changes. It's like,
Mhm.
why do we think that these things are happening? Because people put it out there. Oh my gosh, it's going to be this. Oh my gosh, it's going to be that. Well, if everybody feels that fear and puts it out there, that's what we're going to get. It's no
Yeah.
different when people complain about the weather. I'm like, why are you complaining about the weather? You live here, you know what it's like. I mean, if we complain about it, we're just putting that energy out there. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever, we're still human and I get it. And this is no offense to anybody because I can still complain about the weather. It's like,
Yeah.
that was so cold. It's like burning my fingers.
Yeah.
But I have awareness that it is that cold. I looked at the weather and I should do something about it to keep myself warm, or protected.
Yeah.
No different than the energy that's out there. If I feel it's like gross and awful, okay, what
Mhm.
are you going to do, Bev? Put on your protective layer and then put yourself out in that environment.
Yeah.
So, you know, all we can do is use our tools to move us through,
Oh,
but
for
we're
sure.
all excited and it's a new year. We can do whatever we want. Shoot for the stars. We're in Sagittarius season. So we are at that place of that energy of like, we can do anything. Shoot for the stars, you guys. Go do that.
Mhm.
Bring
But
that vibration into this physical world.
yes, but I want to say though, yes, I totally agree with that. But at the same time, you also have to work at it and
Of course.
you have to like to be honest, like this is just for me and
Hmm.
I don't know anybody else or yourself, but um try to be realistic about it too.
Of
Like,
course.
you know, um I don't know, like you know what I mean? Like you if you're thinking like you're going to I don't know, what could I use for an example? Like like,
Well, I could say that based off of what you're saying, is that it's to know that there is abundance around you everywhere.
yes,
It's only conditioning that makes you limited
right,
in anything. And
right.
so the universe wants you to have everything and it's all there for you. It's
Yeah.
just ourselves that stop this from happening. So
Right.
yes, you can manifest it, wish it,
Yeah.
shoot for the stars, and you can start to bring that vibration in because that's where we're going. We're going into a 5D dimension. So that vibration is way higher than what we're in. And this is why we're clearing density. So that stuff can come in. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, shoot for the stars, bring that stuff in. You're still human. You still
Yeah.
have to do the work. So it's
Right.
pulling that vibration in and making that happen.
Hmm.
Yes, you can have it. The universe goes, sure, you can have that. You can have it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's no different than having free will. You want to go to Earth and have an experience?
Yeah.
Sure. You can be a good person or a bad person, and you can have this experience or that experience. You
Yeah.
have free will. That's what I gift you.
Yeah.
Your choice. You're like, it's all up to you, right? And so, yeah, if you want to shoot for the stars, do that. But
Yeah.
you, like, spirit always says that in readings for me is that they're like, this is all there for you,
Yeah.
but you still have to do the work. You can't just sit there and expect it just to be
And that's
handed
what
to you
I'm
all of a
trying to
sudden you
get at
wake
is
up.
like, it's not going to be like,
Exactly. It
like, there
doesn't
you
just like
go.
magically fall into your hands, but you also have to put in that like work every single day of like bringing that vibration in closer and closer. And whatever it is that you're working towards, continue to do that because you will bring that in.
Right.
So a lot of people that come to see me, I'm like, whoa, I can feel like even if they wanted a baby, it's
Hmm.
like, oh, you're
Yeah.
not pregnant yet, but man, I can feel it in your field.
Yes.
And it is like, it's there. When you decide you are ready,
Hmm.
it's boom, it's literally, it's coming in.
Yeah.
But like you have to bring it in first, and then it's going to be in your field,
Yeah.
and then you can make that happen.
Right.
But this is why, like releasing on the full moon, clearing,
Mhm.
all that stuff is so good because if you clear out that old, heavy, negative density, you
Yeah.
make space for new to come in.
Right.
That's how it works, people.
Yep.
So do those things.
That's right.
Do those things for yourself. So, yes, new year, super exciting. I've been, you know, I've been receiving so many downloads of all the things I need to be doing, and it is like wild to me. And I'm like, I was telling Shelly earlier, I'm going
Mhm.
to get all this done. I'm like, Spirit, I need time. Like, I feel like everything you're giving me, I don't have enough time for. But they're like,
Yes, you do.
yeah, you do. Time is unlimited, and it's like in your world.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's so, but that's just it. I know it's all there. It's downloaded to me. I have to do the work. I have
Yeah.
to make that fall in. So it's there. So I have to now take the steps to make all of this stuff happen, which is
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm excited about because it's
Yeah.
like, I can see the things I need to be doing. But yeah, but I could sit here and go, no, I don't want to do that. Dig my heels in and go, I'm just going to keep everything the same for a whole year and
And
I'm
you
going to do
can.
nothing new. I
You
can
can.
totally do that.
Yeah.
I suspect I don't have a choice. However, I do because I do have free will and I still have to put in that work. So
Yeah.
if I don't put the work in, it ain't happening.
That's right.
Or I'll delay it another year or two.
Mhm.
However, that's my choice.
Mhm.
So we
It
all
is.
have a choice, everybody. You have a choice to shoot for the stars, bring it into your field, make space for it,
Yep.
bring it into your field, and then work at it and just keep on that. And then keep yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy. Keep
Yeah.
yourself connected with others that uplift you or are on that same vibration that are also having those kind of same goals. Because then that just even multiplies that manifestation.
Yeah.
And it just keeps you in that vibration. And it's really beautiful. So
It is. Yeah.
that's what we should all do for ourselves because we all deserve it. And it's all there for all of us.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that that pep talk
Yeah.
inspires somebody today
Oh, I'm
who
sure.
listens to
I'm
this.
sure it will.
I'm like, I'm here to amp you up. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
But
I'm
like, that's just how passionately I understand it that I want that for others. I just want everybody else to have that too. And all I'm trying to do is like use my like passion for it and like try to like send that in the codes and the vibration of what I'm speaking today. And I hope that you hear and accept that vibration and you bring it in and you can do that for yourself. That's all I'm hoping for.
yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that it is.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. So yeah, good things to come for the new year. I'm super excited, of all the things that are coming forward. I'm working on some ongoing mentorship with students that I've worked with in the past that I'm so excited about because like that's the language I speak and that's the language I want to speak with my students. So I'm super, super pumped for that. And
I see that you are bringing in a like a community starting in January, like a monthly thing where you can have all of your past students,
mhm,
or whoever's, is that true? Like, is
yeah.
just past students, or is that for like anyone that is wanting to join, or like,
Well, I'm going to do a Q&A soon, but I probably am going to launch it. It'll be open to register for Boxing Day, and it will be ongoing. So yeah, I've had my intro course, I've had my intermediate.
yeah,
I have students who are continuously growing, and which is amazing.
yeah,
Sorry, I just need some water. And I feel I've been like a forever mentor. I love mentoring. That's my passion. I love answering questions. I always tell people, message me.
mhm,
Sometimes it takes me like a week to get back to you. I'm sorry
yeah,
for that. Um, but I find that more and more people are continuously growing, waking up,
yeah,
ascending, and it's just so much, and they just need more. And now I'm to the point where it's not just one student or two or three here and there asking questions. Now it's just like so many more. And I honestly like feel like I'm spreading thin, and I hate that feeling when I'm teaching. Like when I mentor people, I love to give my like 110%. And so I don't like that feeling. And I've had an advanced course, basically, is what I would call it, downloaded to me a long time ago, probably like a
yeah,
year or so ago.
mhm,
Um, but I was like, I don't have space to teach another course. So, like, how does this look? And
mhm,
I don't want to take away from my other courses because I love those too, and they're ongoing, and you have to start somewhere, right?
yeah,
So from there, then I started in the last probably 2, 3 months. I was getting more downloads for every student that was like messaging me, asking things or anything like that. It was like, oh, you need to be doing this, add that. And I was like, okay, people are needing this. Okay. And then it's probably like a month ago now, all of a sudden I was at work and it just became downloaded perfectly. And it was just like, this is what you need to be doing. And it's not a course. These
right,
are for people that are continuously growing, needing more. And then I can continue to mentor consistently
right,
over the whole year if we continue after 2023, awesome.
yeah,
Um, and it's like growth. You get to work, you have homework, we get to connect, you get to ask your questions, we get to like do all of those things that I have space for, and it's scheduled for every single month for the whole year.
nice.
So
Well,
I
that's
am so
exciting.
excited for that.
Yeah, so everybody who is listening,
Yeah.
watch for Bev's announcement, I guess. I know you have put a little
Yeah.
already, but yeah, everybody who is interested or whatever, take a look.
Hmm. And I feel like I also want to mention, which I probably will put in my Q&A too, is that I feel for sure it should, like, I'm suspecting, I'm clarifying this with spirit, but I feel for sure that you should have taken my intro course. Like you should have your basis foundation that I know where you're at, because then I know where I can take you from there.
Right,
Um, if somebody has taken intermediate, awesome. If somebody hasn't taken intermediate yet, but have taken intro, some of my students, they're just already there. They're just ready
right.
to learn more. They want to expand. And so we will
Mhm.
do that. It'll just be like some of like that. I can also bring in some of that intermediate in there too, but like then like really expanding. But some people are ready, like they're just
Yeah.
there. And that's
Mhm.
why I don't want to limit it
No.
to just if you've only taken that you've had to have taken intro and intermediate. So it will
Right.
be open to anybody like that as well that have taken it and that are already just continuously growing every single month and all year long.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah.
Nice. That's
So
exciting.
super excited for that. And just like other things like regression work,
Yeah.
past life regression work, like stuff like that, astrology, birth charts, like there's so much coming in the works and I'm
Yeah.
super pumped. So
Yeah.
how about for yourself?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm still trying to figure out what to do in the new year. Obviously I still want to continue doing what I do because I do love it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that Uh, I don't know. I just need to figure out what, um, yeah, I don't even know how to say it, but it just feels like I need to just continue what I'm doing because I feel like I've already started over again. So I really need to just figure out
Mhm.
a way to just get some more into my business, I guess, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And
just
and maybe that's why you are feeling like this is like not your big escape travel year. Like maybe you are needing to just stay and settle and kind of um dive into your business and build that, and
yeah,
let all of those beautiful things come in for you and then just see how that unfolds, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't feel, I don't know yet. I don't know. It just doesn't. I just know that I definitely want to continue what I'm doing because I love it.
Mhm.
I just feel like in the new year, I'm just not sure what's going to come for me in that because of me starting over, basically, I guess. I don't know. So
Mhm.
I just have to, I don't know.
Well, that's the only way you're going to find out is by
I guess.
doing.
Yeah.
Do all the things and it will all unfold. Like I said, I feel it'll all unfold for you. It'll become clearer. Sometimes we just can't see it yet, like
Yeah.
you're just not meant to see that yet. And I feel you will when you need to. Spirit will show it to you.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
might have to have them show you 3 times naturally.
This
So maybe it
is
won't be
me.
immediate, but it's but I truly believe it will happen for
Yeah.
you. It'll
Yeah.
come together.
To be honest, I think it's just where I'm at right now that I don't feel it. I don't
Yeah.
feel it right now, but I
Yeah.
do know that I want, like I want it. I
Hmm.
just don't know how to go about it yet, like how I'm going to implement it, I guess, is what I
Hmm.
mean.
So you
Um,
do know.
well, no, like I know I want, like obviously my business to expand. I do know I want, to really dive in more with hypnotherapy, that kinds of stuff. It's just I need to figure out how to, you know, um, just reach out, I guess, or
To
I don't
market
know.
yourself kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I
Yeah.
think that that could be part of that as well.
Well, you're in a new place, so you
That's what I
are
mean.
gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna just start to build, and the more people that you work with, and basically it's everything that you've done before.
Oh yeah, no, I
You
think what
totally
I
know how
mean,
to do.
yeah, I think what I mean by that is because I feel like there's going to be another change for me. Like for me,
Hmm.
like I feel like another, I don't know, it just feels maybe new space, new, I don't know, something. I
Hmm.
don't know what's going on, like even with just with my husband and all that. So I just feel like,
Like with his work and things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's another part of it that I'm very, I guess, uncertain and leery of because I
Hmm.
like there's another
Well, what it sounds like is you just need to then make concrete decisions that will help you then to give you more of a clearer vision of what it is you need to be doing, how to move forward.
yeah.
Because when it's so far out there, that's where
Mhm.
the anxiety can come in, right? Because then we're going too far ahead,
Yeah.
where it's like we don't really know, but I feel I can see that's all these things are possibilities,
Yeah.
but then it feels like it holds you back from what you need to be doing in the present because it's like, well, but if I start doing this, that could be the outcome. If I do this, well, then that could happen. And I
Yeah.
don't want to so it just keeps you stuck in that
Yeah.
spot.
Well, and
And
that's how I
so,
feel. Like I feel very,
yeah,
like I said earlier, I
yeah,
don't, I feel very like not in the right.
you just need some clarity. Like I feel like you need that concrete. And maybe that's just having those discussions with whoever you need to have those discussions with of like, okay, this is what I would love for myself. What would you love? And
Mm,
like now let's like we need to figure out a plan so
Yeah.
that we can start to actually move forward. Cause like, that's what I'm needing to do. Like, you've got everything in place and like, now it's like you're on hold. It's like, okay, well, I prepped and now I'm on hold, like, and you just want to like
Yeah.
do, you know,
Yeah.
so that would be my
Yeah.
advice to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's also what's holding me back right now is space right now.
Yeah.
And like, I don't mean space in with myself. I mean,
Mm.
actual physical space where I work.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah. Well, you had mentioned in the last episode that you're moving rooms. You're
yeah,
still in the same location, just in a different room. So
yes, but, and I say but is because I just had asked to see how, where we're at with that.
yeah.
And we are just not moving forward yet. So
Oh, okay.
really been a little bit of
Slow process.
yes.
Yeah. Slower than Shelly likes. That's the problem, everybody. Now we have discovered it. We have figured it out.
Yeah,
Shelly wants
because
things to be moving along.
when somebody tells me something like they were wanting me to do this or do that by a certain date or did it, like I go by that. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, of course. Well,
Yeah,
you
so
plan for that. You
I
plan
do
accordingly,
for
of
it. And so
course.
when that doesn't happen, I get a little bit
Yeah.
frustrated or whatever the word. I just get like I need to get my
Mm-hmm.
things in order.
You
And
get your bearings.
yeah, it throws me off, I'll say. It
Yeah.
just throws me right off. And I don't like that. So, but I guess that's
Yeah.
something.
But that's being a Libra.
I
You
know.
don't like being out of balance. It's balancing the scales. So you're
I
like,
don't like
okay,
it.
that was great. And then now we're like, whoop. And Shelly's
Yeah,
like, I don't like that.
I don't. I don't like it.
I need to bring the balance back. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. And
Yeah.
anytime that you find that you're out of balance, something is throwing you out of balance. This is
Mhm.
where I'm saying, what is throwing you out of balance? Now you need to tackle that because that's how you're going to bring that balance back.
Yeah.
So
Yep. That's just
Shelly's like, it's like she almost was looked like she was preparing for war. Like, yep, know what I need to do.
yeah,
I have this
I've
mission
done my
now.
side. I've done what I need to do. It's just the other side needs to do it.
Exactly. And then spirit will say, oh, but now we're trying to teach you patience. And
I
then
know.
that's where we get really pissed off.
Well, and I have lots of patience. I
Oh,
honestly do.
totally.
I do. I probably am the most patient
I'm a
person.
very patient person.
Yeah.
Walk all over me 10 times. I'm so patient. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty patient, but
Yes, me too.
I think just because I've been like I'm just I think it's just because I'm in the space of like I'm ready, like let's go. Like I'm just like
Shelly's ready to get out of the gate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shelly has arrived, everybody. Somebody's holding her back and it's not feeling great.
no, no, it's not, but
It'll
it
happen.
is what it is, right? And it will
Yeah.
happen and I just have
Yeah.
to
Maybe you
yeah.
should just surrender that. We're still in
Mhm.
that energy of that full moon. Just surrender it and be like, okay, team,
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah,
You take
I've
over.
been talking for the last week.
That's probably why your jaw hurts. No, just kidding.
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know. It's totally like,
Gosh,
oh
so
man.
funny. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, 2023 is going to be a definitely another great year, I think, just like with the Empath Sisters.
Yes, we're so
Uh,
excited for another
we are
season.
excited. Yeah, we have
Yes.
decided that we want to change our um recordings up a little bit. Like, of course, we're still going
I was gonna
live.
say, what did we decide on? What are we changing? What was I there at that meeting?
Yes, you
I
were.
don't know. Oh yeah, there's only you and me in this, right?
That's right. Yeah. We decided that, like we're going to do some episodes that are, like with teaching and things like that. And
Yeah,
other episodes of just getting to know us and just
yeah.
talking candidly and,
And we'll
just,
be online, showing
yeah.
up more online. And like I said earlier, throwing that nugget out there, but we'd love to try to do like a gathering, get
Yeah.
together somewhere. I think
Yeah.
that would be so, so fun.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can make that happen. I know sometimes those things need to be planned. Hey, we need
Yes.
to plan them way in advance so then they're ready and prepared. So don't know if that can be this year, but definitely we're in Sag season. So we're going to shoot for the stars and we'll see what
Yeah.
happens,
That's right.
see what we can make
Yeah,
happen.
and like,
But
we
yeah,
might have events, like we're probably gonna have a couple events, I'm sure next, like in 2020,
yeah,
we'll do some more again and,
yeah.
or we might do some online work. We don't know, but there's going to
Mhm.
be some things that are gonna be a little bit, um, just more about us,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah, so I hope you all are,
Yes.
gonna love that, so.
Absolutely. All good things to come, everybody. And it's
Yes,
been an
yeah,
amazing year and season. And honestly, like we just so appreciate you listening to us and hang out and all of the things that come with the Empath Sisters. We love you and we appreciate you. And we are so grateful for you. And we appreciate you tuning in. And we look forward to a new year with all of you.
yes, and thank you so much. And like Bev said, like she really has hit the nail on the head. Like we really appreciate you all listening to us. And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, this is a very long, rambling, but
Yeah.
yeah, we really do appreciate it. And thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And
Yes.
we just really, really appreciate you. So
We look
anyway,
forward
on
to
that
seeing you in the
note,
new year.
yes, actually, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all,
Yes.
and Happy New Year. And we will be back in January
Yeah.
sometime. You'll probably see it on our, social medias that
It
when
feels like it's far away because it's in the new year,
I
but it's
know
actually not, you guys.
it's
Like
not
it's
that far.
literally a couple weeks. We'll all survive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
So yes.
yes. So on that note, thank you so
Yeah.
much for tuning into the Empath Sisters again and sending you love, light, and gratitude wherever this may find you.
Yeah.
Take
Sending
care.
you all blessings. Love you
Yeah.
all. Love and light, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.